Hello Internet! So today I thought that I would do a how to stay motivated video since it is March, which means that a lot of New Year's resolutions have maybe crumbled and fallen apart, so perhaps you need a little boost to kind of get you motivated. So I thought I would discuss what I do to stay motivated. And disclaimer, I am not perfect. I am definitely not perfect, and I definitely have days, even weeks, where I just don't want to do anything. And it happens to me too. It happens to all of us. We lose motivation and we are human, and that is okay. So that is why I am here to help you out. My first tip, which I think is probably the most crucial tip of all, is you really need to love what you do and love what you eat. So if you hate your workouts and the thought of doing your workout routine just like makes you physically ill, and just the thought of doing it again makes you want to just like strangle something, then you cannot continue doing that. Like, you just can't do it. It is not for you. You need to find something else you love. And if you think that, oh, you know, I'm just not really into working out, I just hate working out, I think that is a poor excuse, because I think there is something for everyone, whether it is low impact exercises, yoga, you know, just taking a nice long walk outside. There is a type of exercise for every single person in the world. You know, there is something for you. There's something that you can find to get active and that you will love. I guarantee it. You just need to put yourself out there and try new things, and you will find what you love. And same goes for eating healthy. If you think, oh, like I don't like vegetables. Well, you just have to find which vegetables that you like and find ways of cooking it and ways of preparing it that you like. So you just need to try new recipes, try new things, figure out what you really love, because once you do find that, you will stay motivated, because it'll excite you. It will make you get out of bed and feel ready for the day, and you'll want to go do that workout, and you'll want to go eat that lunch and eat that dinner you've prepared, because it's something that you love. And that is absolutely probably the most important thing to stay motivated. So next, I would say that you need to really connect with friends who have similar goals. So if you have friends at the gym or friends who you can go to the gym with, then that is absolutely perfect, because you can motivate each other, and there is actually proof that people who work out in groups work a lot harder than when you work out on your own. Just because you have that person to like help motivate you, you can feed off each other's energy, and it's really helpful. As well, you can kind of share your goals with them, and you can share your successes. So once you do reach your goals, you can text them or email them, or just when you see them, just tell them like, look, I did a push-up on my toes. I was able to lift this amount of weight. I was able to run this far. I was able to do this yoga pose, and I'm so excited. And it's really great when you have a support system behind you who is going through the exact same thing as you, and they kind of understand. And I think that is really helpful to finding success and staying motivated. Next, you definitely need to track your progress. There are more efficient ways than just stepping on the scale and checking your weight that way, because the two things that I would suggest would be taking progress photos and taking measurements, because these are true indicators of your body changing, as opposed to the scale. Like, for instance, in the past, I don't even know, like 6 months, I have gained so much strength. I can tell that I'm a little bit smaller than I was before, but on the scale, I am the exact same weight. So why should I be upset that my number has not changed on the scale when I can lift so much more weight than I could 6 months ago? You just really need to take progress photos and take those measurements down, as opposed to only focusing on the scale. And of course, like, if you want to look at the scale, that is fine, but I think that taking photos and taking down measurements, at least in addition to checking the scale, is the best way to actually track your progress. So that is my suggestion, and I think you will be a lot more motivated when you realize that you've dropped a couple inches or even gained a couple inches, depending on what your goals are. And so just realize that your progress is not solely based on what you see on the scale. There are so many different ways of tracking your progress. Like I said earlier, like how much farther you can run, how much more weight you can lift, how many push-ups you can do on your toes. Just these little things that prove that you have made progress. Next, you definitely need to plan ahead. I always put my workouts into my calendar so that I am held accountable, and it's like I need to go because it's in my calendar. It is part of my to-do list, and make sure I don't miss workouts that way. In addition to that, I plan my foods in advance so that way I take a healthy snack or a healthy lunch to work instead of going out and spending money on expensive food that's gonna end up, you know, that isn't actually very healthy for me. So you just need to plan ahead, and you just have to keep planning. And I know that planning can be exhausting, and preparing things in advance can be exhausting, and just even thinking about your workouts in the future can be so exhausting. Just sit down and take 20 minutes to plan out what you're gonna make, you know, plan out a grocery list and what you're going to eat for the next week. You know, you don't have to plan out every specific meal, but you know, it's like, oh, this is what I have in my fridge and this is what I'm gonna make. And also plan out your workouts that way, and I guarantee if it's in your calendar and if it's in the plan, you are way, way, way more likely to stick with it. I would also say that you should update your goals frequently, even once a month or even once every couple weeks. Update tiny little goals, and those goals will just keep you motivated, and you just keep adding more goals and your motivation will just continue and continue and continue. So for instance, one of my goals is to be able to do a tricep push-up on my toes. I still have a really hard time with this because I don't have the best upper body strength, but it's something I'm working on. So I plan to be able to do at least one tricep push-up on my toes by the end of the month. So then let's say that I reach that goal, and then my next goal would be 10 tricep push-ups on my toes. And you just keep going until you reach your goals. So you have to set tiny short-term goals, that way you can just continue staying motivated. If you have just one giant goal, like let's say I just want to lose 40 pounds, right? You're not going to get there immediately, at least if you're doing it the proper healthy way. So it's hard to stay motivated when it's like, oh, I've only lost 5 pounds, you know, I'm not too motivated. But if your main goal is to lose 40 pounds, but then you have like 10 short-term goals, then you're just going to stay motivated because you're going to focus on these small goals. And lastly, one of the most important things to stay motivated is to take those rest days. Take those days away from the gym, rest your muscles, feel refreshed, even take a day to just eat what you want. I don't like calling things cheat meals because I don't find it cheating. Sometimes you really just need a day where you eat like crap and, you know, not eating everything on your meal plan, and maybe you have a chocolate bar, or maybe you have a cookie, or maybe you have something that you haven't had in a while. Those meals or those snacks will help keep you motivated, because if you just restrict yourself for way too long, you could crash and burn, and then eventually you'll just fall off your plan and you're just completely lost your motivation. So definitely take those rest days. They are absolutely helpful, and definitely take those cheat meals, even though I don't like calling it that, because those are also absolutely helpful. And I guarantee that once you're done with that rest day and once you've had that cheat meal, you will just feel refreshed and just ready to get back into your workouts and get back to eating your usual healthy meals, and you will just feel so much better, and it will just keep you motivated in the long run. So I hope you like these tips on staying motivated. Please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe. There are new videos every Friday, so in 2 weeks we'll have another Fit Bitch Friday. And that's all for today, so have a lovely Friday. Bye!